Sunday night baseball now from venerable Fenway Park in Boston. Tonight, the rubber match of this three-game series between the Kansas City Royals and the Boston Red Sox. Major League Baseball on MLB Network is next. Chris Sale gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. HR, what's the word on him?
Well, he's been throwing the ball really well his last three outings. In the last three outings, he's allowing just less than a base runner an inning. When you do that, you're going to win games. And that's the key to his success in the last three games so far.
Now batting, Lorenzo Cain. He is, of course, a guy to be wary of if he gets on base. A stolen base total leads the ball club. Underway now in the weekend finale as the first pitch is looked at for strike one. Harold Reynolds, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest three-game winning streak.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, everything's working for them. They've increased their lead in their division.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And he darn near started this thing off with a bang. Instead, it's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And now look out as Ed runs in and gets him. And a very interesting start to this one.
Well, there's no strategic reason to hit the leadoff man that I can think of. So now he's aboard with no outs to start the game. And that's not how you want to get your outing underway on the mound.
And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando. Lifetime against Chris Sale. 4 hits in 23 at-bats. He's taken him deep once. First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. He broke out the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
The 0-1 on its way. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. And he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1 now. And set up working the plate is Matthew Ross as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Well, with Matthew Ross back there, we may not see a lot of offense unless you have a game plan to expand the strike zone, because he calls out of the zone better than anybody. I shouldn't say better, I should say more than anybody in the league.
And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him.
Come on, guys, turn
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Hit the last batter. Now he finds himself down 3-1. Look, he's just got to groove one and get himself back in the rhythm and throw strikes.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's one away. A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, this is a hitter's ballpark. I mean, you hit the ground ball, it's going to go through because the infield is fast, but it's the ball up in the zone. If you touch it, it's going to carry. So why not be aggressive? Look for that ball up and let it fly.
The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. First pitch of the at-bat. Kane runs. Pitch inside the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
Pickoff move to second, and he's back in standing. One 1-0 pitch on the way. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
That's a pretty tough spot for him to deal with in the first inning. Runner in scoring position already, and now he's got the three-hitter salivating in a good hitter's count.
The 2-0 on the way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
One out and a runner on second base. Left side. And that's through into left, a base hit. The throw to the plate. The tag, and he is out at the plate. And so much for our first run of the ball game.
I think the decision to send him home came down to one thing. The guy they're facing on the mound. He's not likely to struggle out there and give up several runs. So I think they thought risking it for an early run was worth it. Didn't pay off that time, though.
In is Jorge Soler, currently with the third best home run total on the ball club. First pitch coming. Here it is. Late that time for a strike.
That's a good pitch right there. If that's any indication the type of night he's going to have, if he's able to locate that two-seam fastball, they're going to have trouble hitting him.
2 out with the man at first. Goodness. 0-2 now.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2 fastball just off the corner, and I mean just off the corner.
Here comes the 1-2 from Sale. There's a foul ball off to the right side, and that'll move the count to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. 1 left for Kansas City. And now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. Jason Vargas will be the starter for the Royals in this one. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, he's got real good stuff. He won his 9th game last outing. He's going for 10 today. And I just think if he can get past the 6th or 7th, he's got a great shot of getting that 10th win.
Stepping into the box, Jose Ramirez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
A high fastball is in there. Harold Reynolds, we look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. They've been playing better than .500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And Matt, you know, you look at they split right now, but they lost the first game 1 to second one, so you're looking at momentum is on their side. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards them here in this 3rd game.
So 2 pitches in a row on the outside corner for strikes. You think he stays out there?
I think he does. One thing you don't want to do, though, Matt, it's not a good idea to throw the same hitter, the same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to back, but I think he might throw it here.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches base to start out the first.
Well, this is the recipe they want. Their pitcher comes out, throws a scoreless top of the first, and then you get a leadoff single to start the bottom of the inning. Good start.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, looking for better results than last night when he went 0 for 4 in that one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A called strike over the outside corner. A runner at first with no outs here. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. He's ready. Now the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get a chance to watch Xander Bogaerts do his thing. He's having a solid year. With runners in scoring position, he's hitting over 300. That's not outstanding or anything, but he's consistent, and that's what I love watching about this guy. His game is so consistent.
Here's Mookie Betts. He's just hoping for something to go his way in this one. And as you can see, it's not been the case of late. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Ooh, good changeup, just missed inside.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
Now he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And late reactions, and they got him.
Well, this game is still getting underway, so maybe he wasn't quite awake yet over there at first. Hate to have a guy picked off, but I guess it's better in the first than in the ninth.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And he swings right through it there. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Vargas is ready. Here it is on 2-1. Hit to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. He played an inning. No score here on MLB Network. Stepping up now, Alex Gordon.
Leading
As we
off for
take a look
Kansas
there
City,
at the difference in his
the left
numbers
fielder,
between
number
June
4,
and July.
Alex Gordon.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Lifetime against Chris Sale. 16 base hits in 62 ABs. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Line to the right side. But Pedroia there to pull it in, and that's the first out.
All right, time for an adjusted defensive alignment for the Red Sox.
8.
And I'm looking out there at second base. Dustin Pedroia. You talk about a Gold Glove gritty player. That fits him perfect. He's going to catch everything at second. He's Gold Glove worthy. And then gritty. Don't hit him. He'll knock you back.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch.
No.
And the changeup just missed the inside corner. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
Ball 2.
And a fastball just a bit high.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
3-0 now. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. A changeup that catches the corner for strike one.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
Here it is on 3-1. Out of play off to the right.
Oh, he definitely got away with a changeup right there. He hung that one. But the good news is you got him to pull it foul. Now you come back after him here with another pitch.
And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch. But that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. He went deep in the contest last night. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. In the dirt here, and a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. On a great pitch there, caught him reaching. It's 1-1. The 1-1 on its way to Escobar. Sharp ground ball to third. Pedroia relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Here's Hanley Ramirez. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score. First pitch on its way. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
Well, he's really struggled. I mean, 0 for the series, but the confidence they have in him, he's still in the lineup. Let's see if he can break out right here.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Here it comes. Hit on the ground out to short. Escobar fields it cleanly. And he's retired here, 1 away.
All right, here's how the Royals will line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And at first base, Eric Hosmer, I think he's one of the best defenders in all the game at first base. Tremendous range. He's aggressive, too. Not afraid to catch a ball and throw it to second base for that double play. Aggressive first baseman, I like them.
Here's Jackie Bradley now, currently with the 3rd best home run total on the ball club. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Kane is after it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Batting 6, the shortstop.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He had a couple of hits in that ball game last night. First delivery to him on the way. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. Bottom of the 2nd here with no score. And I believe he broke the plane of the plate there. He most certainly did. It's a ball and a strike. Now here's the pitch. Hit slowly back to the mound. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Red Sox. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Lifetime against Chris Sale. 17 hits in 60 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. Into the windup and the pitch. There's a changeup over the outside corner. The windup and the 0-1 to third. Ramirez is up with it. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Batting ninth.
And with that, we'll give you a quick look at our current standings in the AL East. With Merrifield next to hit. The season batting average comes in down in the 240s. First pitch of the at-bat. You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball one. Third inning, no score to this point. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Swinging a soft liner. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Oh, that's the one you're talking to yourself. Sit down, ball, sit down, ball. Just a little blooper to center, and it fell in.
Lorenzo Kane.
In now is Lorenzo Kane as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. And remember, he was hit by a pitch as the first batter of the ball game. Set to deliver the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. Runner's back. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Pitch is a cold strike. In time as he just gets the tag down. Boy, that throw was right on the money.
Yeah, you said it, Matt. That was a lot of practice paying off right there. Great footwork, quick release, and an absolute strike down the second. Take notes, kids.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Pitch on the way. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Royals bats are quiet there. Home half of the third coming up. No score. So coming to the plate, Rusney Castillo. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Push to the right side. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Batting 8th, catcher Blake Swihart.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. The 2-1 on its way. And a neck-high fastball that time. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Oh, he got the big fella out front on that one. This guy's got a lot of power, so he pulled the string on him, knowing if he got a 3-1 fastball, we're probably going to watch him jog around the bases.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here.
Well, clearly that changeup the pitch before didn't fool him, because that fastball right there, he's right on it. He just couldn't put it in play.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Orlando on his horse, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Settling in now, Josh Rutledge. He enters play hitting in the 260s for the year. He's set, and the pitch. And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1.
Well, Matt, this is a situation in last night's game. They didn't do a very good job driving in runs. Now, in this game, you capitalize on it. You grow from your mistakes and be able to come back and deliver in this one here.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Squared that one up just a little late.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a little blooper to center. Kane comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Ready for another chance? Jose Ramirez. He singled his last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But a foul ball here. 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And this is bounced foul at the plate, and that moves the count to 0-2 now. Skied into straightaway right. Orlando's under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Red Sox leave 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Striding in once again, Paulo Orlando. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
16, Paulo Orlando.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is fouled at the plate. In there at the knees. 0-2 now. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Nope. Ball
And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Hard hit ball to short. Gloved by Bogarts. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
First baseman number 35, Eric Hosmer.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eric Hosmer. A base hit in his first trip. Into the windup and the pitch. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Chopped weakly to the left. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Up next for the Royals, the designated hitter, Jorge.
Digging in to try it again. Jorge Soler comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First offering on its way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
That's that controversial pitch right there. It's in the zone, should be called a strike by the book, but it's not a strike in baseball, not in the big leagues anyway.
The 1-0 delivery. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And the changeup is way low that time. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field.
When you're struggling, you'll look for anything. Been off to a little bit of a cold streak. We didn't hit it hard, but that's a big one to build on.
Gordon.
Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Hit in the air out to right. Betts has a read on it. And that ends the inning. Royals leave 1. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Back with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac. Matt Vasgersian with you as Dustin Pedroia settles in to get the inning underway. First pitch coming. Here it is. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. 1-0 home to Pedroia. Fastball at 88 that time. A ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Drilled right back up the middle. And he's set down, 1 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Mookie.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Mookie Betts. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First offering on its way. And he lays off there, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now. The 2-1 on its way. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone over the monster and out onto Lansdowne Street. So a solo shot down the line in left. Home run number 15 for him thus far. As the Red Sox get the game's first run, it's 1-0.
You've heard people talk about towering home runs. Well, when you hit one over the monster, you know you've hit one. The only question on this one, was it going to stay fair? And it did.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Here's Hanley Ramirez.
Baseman, Hanley.
As he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And this is fouled back and out of play. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss by Ramirez as he's dispatched back to the dugout. Out number 2.
Hey, every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
Here's Jackie Bradley now, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Here comes the 0-1. And low. It's a ball and a strike. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Liner towards second. That's his first base hit. Make him 1 for 2 now. So we'll go a little deeper into the bottom of the 4th as that extends the inning.
The shortstop.
So digging in now, Xander Bogaerts. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Hit on the ground toward the left. Oh, look at Moustakas. What an outstanding play to end the inning. The Red Sox are on the board thanks to the solo home run. We're through 4. Now 1-0 Boston. The third baseman Mike Moustakas now, and he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale.
Number 8, Mike Moustakas.
First pitch of the at-bat. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. But that's out of play off the top of the home dugout. 0-1. Here it comes. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
That was a pretty good pitch on a pitch he doesn't throw very often, or I should say hasn't used in this game, that's for sure. That was a good pitch.
And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Now here it comes. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit.
Well, that'll wake everyone up. Anytime you buzz the tower like that, there's reason for people to start getting a little bit edgy.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. Ready with another 2-2. Look out over near the on-deck circle as he whistles this one fouled off to the left.
Matt, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball, and he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher. Well, he's been throwing the ball pretty well so far, but right here, 3 balls to the leadoff guy to maybe get them a chance to get them going. He's just got to come back, make him swing the bat. I'd rather see him earn his way on the base by swinging the bat instead of a walk.
Betts has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Called strike at the knees. evens the count at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Well, Matt, they've all seen him at this point, and clearly they're not picking him up much better. Do you see the swing on that pitch right there? Nasty.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. And he'll put this away for the second out. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. So striding forward now, Salvador Perez comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Looks at a changeup right over the middle. Here comes the 0-1. I had him guessing that time, as he's barely able to foul it away.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working, because he is one pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
And another foul ball. Another 0-2 home. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. And this is fouled back and out of play. Here comes the 1-2 from Sale. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
And I'm sure that one stings a little bit. The best revenge he can get for his pain is to find a way to come around to score. We'll see if his guys can move him around the bases.
Into the box, Whit Merrifield. He reached on a single in his first try. First pitch on its way. And that misses, ball 1.
Well, now they got the tying run at first base. Now it's going to take a ball in the gap to really score this guy from first base. And I'm really curious how they're going to defend that on a relay throw, and maybe if we have a play or not. But you got to hit one in the gap to get there first.
Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
A runner on first with 2 away. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1 left for Kansas City. They're down 1-0. Stepping into the box, Rusney Castillo. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Rusney Castillo.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. Popped up. Hosmer is there for it. 1 out.
Now batting, catcher, Blake Swihart.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Here's a first pitch chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
It looked like he was trying to go the opposite way on that pitch. Good job of laying off that check swing, seeing it wasn't something he wanted to really drive the other way.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ball 2.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch to lay off when that ball is coming in at that plane right there. Quality take.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line drive to left. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Well, that's a good sign for him right there. A single, a hard hit. That's his second hit of the game. Now, he's been hitting in the 220 so far most of the season. Maybe this is the start of good things for him ahead.
Digging in now, Josh Rutledge. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0. And there he goes towards second. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's through for a hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the one-out single.
Well, it couldn't have worked out any better. The 9-hitter gets a single and moves the lead runner to third. Now you're first and third, and here comes the top of the order.
And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both the southpaw and a right-hander get loose.
Standing in now, Jose Ramirez, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Takes this the other way to right. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And that'll plate their second run of the game as they take a 2-0 lead.
Boy, this one looked like it was headed for extra bases off the bat. Instead, a line drive bullet caught in the alley, but he does end up getting a sacrifice fly.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Vargas sets. Here's the 1-1. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Now another 1-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Here's the pitch on 2-2. On the ground to the left side. And he'll go the short way to retire the side. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. 5 innings complete. Boston's out in front 2-0. In now is Lorenzo Cain. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw.
Way out in front as this is yanked foul into the seats in left.
Well, it's clearly on that fastball. He hit that one hard. He just could not keep it fair.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit. Play a little small ball, get it going.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called, 1 away.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Lays off 1-0.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
Waved at and missed as he took something off there. 1-1.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. He'll try again, 1-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face the middle of the order without anybody on base for them to drive in.
The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in as he'll take a look at ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And the changeup just missed the inside corner.
Well, 2-0 now, and this is where he makes his money. If he gets a pitch to hack at, you could bet he's not going to hold back.
Too high, and it's 3-0.
Now with the bases empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Late swing and a ball line fouled into the seats past the third base dugout. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. On the ground up the middle. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one. So make it 2 hits for him now on the night as this one finds its way into center. And as you can see there on the lower part of your screen, that total places him 3rd best on this Royals ball club. Digging in and looking for more, Jorge Soler. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
He's putting together a nice outing so far. It always helps when you get ahead in the count.
A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
Looking at the first pitch for a strike, then takes a swing, and now you find yourself down 0-2. He's just got a battle. Spread out, get ready to swing at anything close, and make sure you don't get called out on a 3rd strike.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Royals leave 1. They trail it here 2-0. Here's Mookie Betts.
Leading off
Comes
for the
in
Red
1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Mookie Betts.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses. Meanwhile here, this ball's given a pretty good ride out to deep left field, and that is going to clear the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to left. His second home run of the game as the Red Sox have moved out 3-0.
Well, he didn't have to supply a whole lot of power with that one. He catches the fastball, and all he had to do is just really make a nice swing, which he did right there. And that ball just did not stop carrying.
Now here comes Kansas City manager Ned Yost making that slow walk to the mound. And a change is in the offing, and that's going to do it for Jason Vargas. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Chris Withrow takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 52, Chris Withrow. Now batting.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. No hits to this point. And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike 2.
Well, he got away with one right there. He hung a slider to this guy in the middle of the order and got away with it. You're feeling good about yourself right now.
Here it comes on 0-2. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. Perez recovers, and he makes the throw to first. Ramirez is retired, and there's one away.
Center fielder.
Digging in once again, Jackie Bradley Jr. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. The Royals get some action in the bullpen going now as a left-hander starts to throw. And that misses for ball 1. And there's one he'd like to have over again. Missed high with the slider. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now. The pitch. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The next 3-2. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk.
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Throw over to first, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. First delivery to him on the way. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. The Red Sox tack on 1 more thanks to the solo home run. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start the 7th. Boston leads it 3-0. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Striding in once again, Alex Gordon. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th.
Alex Gordon.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike one. And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Now the pitch. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Hit sharply on the ground. Bogarts has it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The third baseman, number 8, Mike Moustakas.
Ready for another chance? Mike Moustakas. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. The windup and the 0-1. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Well, he got the leadoff guy in inning on a ground out, and now he's 0-2 to start this at bat. He looks really sharp so far to start the 7th.
Here it comes, 0-2. Fouled back. And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
I'll tell you right now, this guy has a shutout going, and it's been all business. He's not messing around trying to pick at corners. He's being aggressive in the zone, and he's attacking each and every one of these hitters up to this point.
Ready once again, Alcides Escobar. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Ball 1. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3.
Tell you what, 6 2/3. He got 100 pitches. He's done a nice job being really economical with his pitches.
On his way to pitch number 100. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only one free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Swing and a ball pulled hard down the line in left. And that's a fair ball as it'll head for the 3-10 sign on the monster. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
And he just blasts this thing down the left field line. I thought it might bend foul, but it lands just inside the chalk, and he's able to leg it out for a double. Good looking swing.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez, as Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat here at strike 1. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Set to deliver the 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Castillo going back, and it's gone into the monster seats. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Home run number 15 for him thus far. And the Royals have cut it to 1. It's now a 3-2 score.
Yeah, this guy continues to impress with his bat. He's playing the most demanding position in the game, the position that takes the most out of you mentally and physically, and he's putting up these kind of offensive numbers. Catchers like that are like unicorns. Super rare.
Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Whit Merrifield next to hit. As he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Royals come up with a pair, however, on this two-run home run. Get up and stretch. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Royals 2. Digging in to try it again. Rusney Castillo. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Here's the first pitch to him. And this pitch is up and in as he backs away. It's ball 1.
Nope.
2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
Well, knowing the threat this guy poses if he gets on base, I think the next pitch should be a challenge pitch. You don't want to give guys that can run a free chance to cause havoc out there, especially the leadoff guy.
And that's over. 3-1.
I really like what he did right there. 2-0. He wasn't able to hit the spot he was shooting for. 3-0. He made a better pitch, and now he sits 3-1. Let's see what he does here.
And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. The payoff pitch one more time. And that misses. Ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Shows some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early noise.
Ready for another shot now. Blake Swihart. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance. Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
Base hit now.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Oh, on the ground to first. Can this be 2? Oh, but they throw it away at second. And they won't get him as he's able to advance from first to third on what would certainly be scored a throwing error.
Well, it's really hard to complain about this one because that's one of the hardest double plays to turn. The first baseman has to deal with the runner headed to second, and he sometimes shields you from throwing where you want to make the throw. They should have made it, but that's a tough play all the way around.
Stepping up to the plate, Josh Rutledge. A hit in 2 tries so far. Left field. Gordon is there. Let's see if they try it. And he might have thought about it at third, but with one away decides not to risk it.
Up next
Now batting, Jose Ramirez. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. First offering on its way. And the curveball bounces here, but a good job behind the plate to keep it at arm's length. Here it comes, 1-0. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
The 2-0 on the way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. The 2-1 on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout or you're still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Catch made there by Hosmer, and there are 2 gone now. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. A slider that he looks at over the outside corner. 0-1. Here it comes. Now a ball hit high in the air and deep down the line in left. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. The 0-2 once more. And a neck-high fastball that time.
It's a big spot, Matt. You know, I like how he's pitching, though. You get him 0-2, you waste 1, and now you got to expand the zone still and see if he'll stay aggressive and chase a pitch.
The 1-2 pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And the throw to first will be in time, so the Red Sox come up empty, and the inning is over. Boston strands a couple, but they still lead it 3-2. Carson Smith has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
39, Carson Smith.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far.
Lorenzo Cain.
And this is swung on and hit on the ground to Pedroia at second. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
The right fielder, number 16.
And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Here comes the first pitch. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-0 delivery. And that pitch catches the inside corner. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. And that misses 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eric Hosmer is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it. One 0 count. Here it is. And that one stayed too low apparently. 2 out, nobody on. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. And the pitch on 2-1. Lifts it into the air to shallow center. And that's in there, base hit. So the 2-out base hit and the top of the inning is still alive.
Well, that's his 3rd hit of the night, and are you surprised? That's 3 singles. Now sits 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Not a bad night.
Soler.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. Quick check on that tying run at first. A dive, but he's back. Another look to first. And a dive, but he's back. In is Jorge Soler. They shall take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Throw over to the bag, and he'll dive back in. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. From the stretch. He struck him out. The 3rd time he's fanned in the game. 1 left for Kansas City. They're down 3-2. Seth Maness comes on to work now, and he's their usual closer, but this is obviously not a save opportunity.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't had a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him a chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Mookie Betts. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. First pitch is a sinker for a called strike 1.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit on the ground out to short. On to first is Escobar, 1 away.
Up next for the Red Sox, first baseman.
Standing in, Hanley Ramirez. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3. And a ball 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
And the pitch. Here's a changeup that's right there, 1-1. Now the 1-1 to Ramirez. Left side. Moustakas has it. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Now batting, center fielder, Jackie Bradley.
Here's Jackie
Jr.
Bradley now. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Now the pitch. There's a changeup over the outside corner.
He is being aggressive in this inning. 0-2 on this hitter. The first 2 outs were recorded quick because he came right after the hitter. I don't think that changes right now either. He's going to continue to be aggressive to this hitter as well.
0-2 pitch is a sinker that misses, but he's still in command. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Had him fooled there as this is lifted in the air out to left center and shallow. And Gordon will make the catch to retire the side. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're up 3-2. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network from Boston, Mass. We're set for the final innings of this one. Craig Kimbrell takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. Alex Gordon will be charged with trying to start a rally in the 9th as they go to work against Kimbrell. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
One 1-0 count. Here it is. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch, and he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
2-2.
Set to deal on 2-2, and he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. All even at 2-2. Here it is, and a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath. Still have 2 more outs to get, but retiring that leadoff guy is always huge when you're trying to shut a game down.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Very weakly on the ground. 1 out, nobody on. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. A little bouncer.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Now another 0-2. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Under it, Castillo, and Rusney has it for out number 2.
The batter, number 2.
So coming to the plate, Alcides Escobar. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Late that time for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Grounded to third. Ramirez is there. Throw on to first, and the Red Sox have taken the rubber match of this 3-game set as this ball game is over.
Just more of the same from Craig Kimbrel. He comes out of the bullpen and fires a scoreless 9th inning to pick up the save. Business as usual from one of the best in the game.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Chris Sale picks up his team-leading 13th win. Craig Kimbrel records the save, his 32nd of the season. So that's a wrap here tonight. From my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Good night, everybody.